1, 2, 3. Damn. Unison. That was awesome. See? Much better, right?
Yeah, because you don't have that, like, sparkling aftertaste.
Mm-hmm.
Like, this is cool.
Good shit. Kurt found this one. Kroger's? Kroger's. Shout out to him, dude.
Man, like, whenever it comes to, like, canned water or, like, sparkling water and stuff, it's always hit or miss. Remember the first one I ever had was, what is it called? Like, bubbly? Like, buble?
Buble, yeah.
It was... They've got the little chica over the thing, and, like, it was not... Ooh.
Dude, another good one is Kroger's makes a fucking black cherry sparkling water.
I've had it.
It's like $4 for 12 of them. It's fantastic. Like, damn, dude.
Affordability.
Yeah, Kroger's is kicking ass on the waterfront.
Oh, dude.
All right. Let's get into it. You were telling me you're about to graduate college.
Yeah.
So what are you doing in college?
So...
Smart one.
I wouldn't say that. It's just, like, coasting. No, I'm graduating college with a degree in communication.
Okay.
But after I started, they were phasing out my degree. So I was, like, on this degree plan. Right after my first semester, they were like, hey, we're going to roll in communication and, like, English and whatever into a liberal arts degree. And I'm like, no, you're going to give me the regular bachelor's, bro. Like, I don't want all that. But no, I'm supposed to graduate in theory. At least this is what the dean told me. I'm going to get 2 degrees, same course load, same everything, but I'm supposed to graduate with two of the pretty much same degrees. And I'm like, as long as it's not costing me any more money.
Listen, dude, I just need a job. I don't care how many degrees I get. I just need to prove it.
It looks better on, like, I guess, an application or a resume saying, hey,
Sure,
I got 2
got
degrees.
2 degrees.
In what? Don't ask.
The same thing.
Same thing.
Put one. Well, if it's 3 things and 1 thing on the one, you just steal one of those things, and then the one that's specific, that's that.
So
English and communication.
Pretty much. So, like, here's the big thing whenever it comes to, like...
So you gonna do radio or something, or TV?
Maybe, in theory. Like, it'd be cool. I got into college completely by accident.
How does that happen?
All right, so I'll tell you.
I was high one night, and I was on the computer. I forgot.
No, so back in, like, 2018, I was, like, going to go to college. I did a semester, whatever. And where I was at sucked. Like, I'm talking, I had the same teacher, not professor, nothing, for, like, every single class.
Like high school, like grade school?
Pretty much, dude. Like, she would go, well, I worked IT for this bigger university, so I know what I'm talking about. And then try to do something on the computer and go, I'm like, I'm so glad I didn't pay any money to be here.
The fuck did you go, dude?
Community college.
Oh.
Like, they screwed me. So, like, originally I was going to come up here to Little Rock to go to Euler.
Right, because you don't live nearby, do you?
No, but at the time I didn't drive. And I'm like, getting around Little Rock's going to suck. And also, I'm poor, and Euler hates the pores. So, so I was like, you know what? I'd rather not go into debt because debt's scary. So,
amen.
I'm not going to do that. So I went to a community college and did a semester of that. And I'm like, you guys suck. You kind of, like, destroy it. Because my mom worked for this college for, like, 18 years.
Oh, okay.
And I'm like, you know what? They'll probably, like, take care of me a little bit to be like, hey, we're going to, like, help you out. Not in, like, we're going to just feed you A's type of stuff, but make sure you're on the right, like, course track.
Mm-hmm.
You know, it comes out, one of the classes that I'm in, everyone else in it, they're, like, graduating. And my advisor, whenever I was like, hey, why'd you put me in a senior level class? She goes,
Sick, dude.
And I'm like, oh, okay. So I was there for, like, a semester, dropped, screwed around, like, doing a bunch of other stuff. And then, like, right after I started wrestling, ended up coming like across, like this was a buddy and mentor of mine. Turns out like he was a professor at another university in Arkansas. He's like, Ezekiel, man, like you're too smart to not have a bachelor's degree in something.
You're like, I got one in kicking ass. Wait, so you haven't been wrestling that long?
No, so I'm going on my 4th year. So like September will be like year 4.
Okay.
Like September like 15th or something like that.
That's longer than I thought. You're a little older than I thought then, I guess. How old are you? 25?
I turned 25 in July.
Oh shit. Nice.
So yeah, like I was told, yeah, I'll help you essentially get enrolled and give you all the scholarships that I can, so you don't have to pay a dime to go to college, because don't pay to go to college, have them pay you to go to college.
Yeah.
And I'm like, that's punk rock, dude. Scam the system.
Yeah.
So,
if you're gonna go, do that for sure.
No, for sure. And so I did. Was there for a semester. My buddy was like, deuces, I'm going to teach at Kansas. And I'm like, what the
Kansas?
Yeah, like he went to like Kansas State in one of their like offshoot colleges because they paid him more.
Well, of course. Yeah.
Because certain U of A schools don't teach or don't pay teachers and professors and anything worth anything. So, I was like, I don't blame you. I still get to keep the free education, right? Like,
yeah, you already signed up, dude. They already gave it to you.
But yeah, so
you graduate like next week.
Yeah, on the 9th. So I don't know when this is gonna go up, but like the 9th of May is whenever I graduate. And I was like, you know what? I'm gonna be in like the graduation like cap gown regalia.
Yeah.
I'm gonna have this underneath. And so like right as soon as I'm walking across the like
Nice.
go to get the like handshake and here's the diploma frame, because you're not getting the actual diploma this day. I'm gonna have the gimmick there, just being like, all right, here we go, because I'm better than you.
Nice. Hell yeah.
Not everyone can say they're a world tag champ and a dual college like graduate. So
show off. Is that gonna be part of your thing now?
I mean, like if I can get some like good like photo and just like whatever of it, I'm straight up going to, because I've already
do a
about
promo
like,
in the back right after.
Not even necessarily, just
I'm
like
gonna take this degree, shove it directly in your ass.
No, it's more so just being like, hey, I've got a world title and 2 degrees. Most people in wrestling don't even have a high school diploma. And just like just going into it that
just
way.
like a blanket of shit on everyone.
Just everybody, dude. Like
they can all get the smoke.
They're not real people. They don't matter.
Come on now. So where did this come from?
So
how do we end at this?
All right. So with the big thing with like the offering plate. So my whole gimmick is a wrestling Mormon, but
no, yeah.
But it's like not really, but kind of. It's like the did you ever see or watch like the musical The Book of Mormon done by like Trey Parker and Matt Stone?
I'm aware of it, but I've never seen it.
So the whole concept, right? My buddy that was the professor at the university I'm at, we were like coming up with some ideas, and he was like, hey, I've always wanted to like make fun of Joel Osteen, the Super Church dude.
Oh yeah, that guy's a turd.
He is.
Yeah.
So he's like, I want to do something along those lines. I'm like, I know completely different like branches of religion, right? So it's like, what gets a lot of hate? Mormons. So I'm going to dress up like the Mormon like deal, because it's so easy, super simple, just like the button down shirt, the tie and whatever.
Yeah.
And originally, because before wrestling, I was a stand-up comic.
Seriously?
Yeah, like I did the Northeast Arkansas Memphis circuit just a little bit, and then right as soon as I started like making those kind of heavier, the wrestling thing kind of kicked off, and I was like going from like open mic pretty much 5 days a week to wrestling like 5 days a week. So I kind of had to give up one thing to do another
Well,
thing.
that entertainer brain loves all the stuff entertainment. Dude.
It really
I get
does.
caught up in that. I have too many bands. I have this. I
I
really want to do stand up, but I don't.
So, well, and like I get it because like I was active or semi-active in the Northeast Arkansas music scene like before that,
Right.
right? Because like my cousin was in like a lot or quite a few of like the semi-popular like industrial groups or like metal groups from Northeast Arkansas, and some of my friends have had some semi-successful like hardcore and metal groups
Sure.
from Northeast Arkansas. Actually, I think one of them's playing Vino's on the 3rd.
I won't be there. That's my birthday.
I know you're doing
Doing
Lame Johnny
at
at
the full moon.
and that's gonna be really cool. Like
It's gonna be fun.
it's gonna be a lot of fun. But yeah, like one of my, I think it's Delirium Effect that's doing.
Oh, okay, I know them. Yeah,
yeah,
yeah.
like cool people.
Yeah.
Like fun guys. I've seen them kind of like grow up. So it's like I went from like music because my godfather and uncles and whatever like did the metal band stuff, and a lot of my friends did like the basement like rock and
Sure. Yeah.
industrial like groups and whatever, and I'm like this is a lot of fun, and just being around a lot of music. I played music, so going from like music I then did about the same time I did like some acting stuff for like schools and like community theater a little bit.
Yeah.
And then I've always had a taste for comedy and like stand-up comedy, so I'm like,
Right.
I'm going to do some stand-up. And then that led into wrestling. I'm like, what can I do to kind of combine that comedy and like that acting and physical aspect
Yeah.
of what I'm doing? So I was like, I'm going to go with the Book of Mormon, like something, just a rip of like the Book of Mormon,
Right.
but I'm going to make myself sound like SpongeBob.
I will say one of my favorite things about when I first saw you was how funny you were. There was a moment where I can't remember who your first match I saw you with was, but you were like holding on to the ropes and they were pulling you by the feet and you were just like, ah, ah, no. I think it was a tag team match. I think it was. And my God, dude, I was fucking dying. I was like, dude, this guy's funny as shit.
So a lot of
You could
those
tell.
bits, like, came either like because I'm really good with improv, and that's a lot of what like
Wrestling is fucking pure improv, really.
absolutely, and like I'll do a lot of like the improv stuff, and some of the bits that I actually write are great. So to give you an idea, I was still training. I
So
was
you mean,
supposed.
hold on real quick. So you
Go
mean
for
like
it.
a bit, like you're like, I have these scenarios and if this plays out, I'll just tap into that
Yeah.
and just kind of throw that in the moment.
Yeah.
So you're working with like this bigger book of shit where you can kind of just pull into any moment as they're pulling from whatever they're pulling from. Because
No,
I know a lot of
absolutely.
it's just kind of like you have the arch of what you want, I assume, and then it's bookended with like, here's what's the match is going to look like, and then the rest of it's kind of like, good luck.
So kind of. So to give you an idea, like right now, I ask people, I go, do you want like a funny match? Do you want something a little bit goofy, or do you want something that'll be like a little bit more serious, or you kind of want a little bit of a combination of both? And because some people just hate comedy wrestling, like, and and I'm like, comedy wrestling is
Purists.
like, I guess so, but it's like, they're not like they don't matter. They have no sense of humor, no fun, you know.
Yeah, it's
Um,
supposed to be fun, man.
and that like, a lot of people go and they forget that.
But why not? Why can't you do your thing and I do my thing and you can do both?
So to give you an idea, I had this great, just like idea and concept, and it was gonna make me look like an idiot the entire time because like my whole bit, like my whole character in the beginning is I'm the, I follow the dude that's dressing up like Joel Osteen,
Yeah.
right? He's very much like backhanded compliment. You think he's because he's saying something kind of profound but insulting you at the same time.
Right.
And most people, you know, straight over their head. And you have the hopeful dumb lackey, where it's like I'm the underdog in this
The
situation.
shoestring holder.
Yeah, it's like he's goofy. He thinks he's doing right, and a lot of people can relate with that, and they did. And it wound up being like a super popular act. Well, because I was doing a lot of funny stuff where I trained at, like where I came up with, they didn't like the idea of like comedy wrestling, like at all. And I'm like, why? This like prints money. Like I'm an attraction. I know what's gonna happen. I'm like everyone wants to see what weird thing the Mormon is going to do this week.
Sure. At least you believe in yourself. That's good.
It's like I know like the place where I was gonna be at, like on a match, because a lot of people don't take the look just seriously, and I'm kind of fine with that. So I was in this like it was a student match. We're both like just trainees.
Match?
So we're just trainees.
Okay.
Right?
Right.
So my wrestling school / the promotion I was in, they had this like student belt.
Damn it, dude. That's wild. Sorry about that. We're still dealing with this weird this
It's
outlet like
censored?
auto. Yes, it auto turns off.
They just think you're not like in here.
Just do the octopus the whole time, dude. Just Squidward it out, dude. What the fuck?
Just with the
Dude, that is so fucking stupid. We've got to get that.
Hold on.
We've got to figure that out.
just have Maddie do the Macarena the entire time.
You're right. He's just in the background. Hey, Macarena.
But so I was
Student
like,
match.
yeah, I was in the student match, and it was for a title belt for like the student. And
Oh, okay.
Yeah, so it's like,
But like actually though, like you
Yeah.
were gonna get a belt for the student match.
so I was going up against the guy that like had the belt,
Oh, I see.
and I had the best just like idea, because this dude's like his whole gimmick is he calls himself Alpha, leader of the pack.
Sure.
So I just make a bunch of vignettes leading into this, or I think I'm about to fight a dog. So like you can find it like genuinely like they were really funny and like made some traction. I made a the first one was an opening bit where it's like a montage style like training video where I'm at a dog park. And I'm using like dog park equipment to train. So it's like I'm jumping rope using 2 leashes that are tied together.
Yeah.
I go and like do a dive through a donut, like one of the like hoops. So like I'll run up to it and I'm like scared to jump through it. And then the next time I actually jump through it, I pick up, it was a friend of mine's dog, but I pick up their dog and I just start curling this tiny dog.
Yeah.
So it's like just super goofy and over the top, right?
I love that though. That's funny.
The follow-up to this, like, big old pasture man is walking through this building, and I'm sitting in, like, his Rottweiler's cage. And he notices that I'm in the cage and the dog isn't. And he goes, like, where's the dog that belongs in that cage? I don't know. What are you doing in that cage? I'm trying to think like my enemy. Huh. All right. What have you figured out? I think I have fleas. All right, whatever. And then he walks off. He goes, Elder Fox, who's your enemy? The one they call Alpha. Then he takes off his glasses and he just like face palms. He's like, Alpha's not a dog, right? And then I bust up the top of this cage because it was one of the like top loader and front loaders. Yeah. And I go, wait, what? And then it cuts off. So going into this match, I was like, all right, I want to go out with a utility belt, with a newspaper, a spray bottle, a leash, and a box of Scooby snacks. My coach and the guy that owned the promotion, he was like, no, you're making my title look weak. I'm like, no, I'm not. I'm making it funny, and I'm making myself look like an idiot. Well, like, what are you talking about, dude? And he's like, I don't want you to do it. I want to do the Scooby-Doo bit. I want to do the Scooby-Doo bit. It's going to be funny. I've got some good ideas. Whatever. because he wasn't gonna budge on it. So like I come out with a box. It was an Alpine dog treat box that I printed and like glued the Scooby Snacks logo on.
You really put the work in.
I put the work in, and then I made like a bunch of miniature cookies, kind of in the shape of like the Scooby Snacks.
Damn, dude, that's a lot of work.
And I was like, and it was only like a 2-minute match. They wanted it to go longer, but he's like, no, if you're gonna do the funny stuff, you're only gonna get like 2 minutes, and then this other dude's gonna come out and then like steal the thunder and win the belt. And I'm like, you hate fun, like, shut up. So I do the bit and I still have the picture, but it's just like a picture of me holding the Scooby snack box because I'm trying to get him to drop the belt for a Scooby snack. Mm-hmm. All right, how about 2 Scooby snacks? And then he just gets so mad and just like lays it into me, or like clotheslines me right there. And then it just like whatever. And it was such an entertaining match. But yeah, like, so I'd come up with these like comedy, like just comedy gags, because you're gonna see it's entirely different than what you'd see on the actual like show, right?
Right.
Because like any form of entertainment, you need a little bit of diversity. Like if you're gonna go to a concert, if every band sounds the same, it's so boring.
Yeah,
dude.
it is. For sure. I like a good mixed genre of everything.
Yeah.
Yeah.
But yeah, so like I did the comedy stuff, and then like any sort of like character like growth and like evolution, it's like I'm gonna add a little bit of elements here and little elements there.
For sure.
So now it's like straight up I ask, it's like, do you want something a little funny, or do you want something a little bit more serious? Or
it's cool. I mean, you can go both ways with your, I guess, any character really. Yeah. But at least you're not like dressed like a flamingo or something. It'd be a little bit harder.
Oh.
But the way you're dressed is very. You could do like Eternal Damnation and all those things.
You have no idea where this is
going to go. You could like lean right, or you can lean into I'm a big doofus and trip, fall, and knock yourself out with your own offering plate.
And I've done that like a few different times, right? Where it's like I'm going to go and try to like knock you out with the offering plate, and I hit the rope with the offering plate and I knock myself out in the process, or like stumble myself into like whatever the other person's like finishing move is, because everyone just wants to see the Mormon eat it,
right?
Especially like if I'm just being like a jerk,
especially at Vino's.
Oh, dude, they hate me. I love it. It's cool.
I feel bad once I get to know you guys and you come out and I'm like, bro, fuck you, you suck. I don't want it to be too mean.
We were like Cody, Will, and I were talking about this last night, actually.
Yeah.
Because
were y'all in Cersei last night?
No, we weren't do that? We weren't in Cersei. We were down in Mountain Pine at South Central Wrestling.
Okay.
So it's like right outside of Hot Springs. There was like a lot of shows going on last night, and we were
Seems like
it. No.
I mean, it's gonna happen.
Oh, for sure.
Seems like it's growing in popularity, so.
Which that's good. Like even. Like, I haven't been in the Arkansas scene, wrestling scene as long, but just from the short period of time that I've been here, there's been, like, a lot of growth in just, like, shows, right? And, like, popularity of wrestling. Oh, excuse me. Especially, like, in Central Arkansas. Because in Central Arkansas, there was, like, 2 promotions. Because, like, whenever I started, it was, like, right before Vino's. So you had, like, KT doing like the 4 pillar stuff,
right?
Which that was like quarterly or like bi-monthly or something like that. And then like where I was at CKW, and that was really like the only like monthly show for a minute, or at least that's what I saw, or that I was able to see rather. So just seeing like the amount of shows that are coming up, because now there's like TAC, doing its thing.
Natural State Wrestling.
Natural State Wrestling with Sleazy, or
Gotta put that twang on
Sleazeball Productions, depending on like how
Which end
violent
of the,
how violent he's wanting to go that day.
Which end of the fucking spectrum he's on? Yeah. Love Sleazy to death.
He's a good dude. I love him so much. He's a fun guy, and
Old Sleazeball.
And like that show killed it last night. Like I saw some pictures.
Yeah, I did too. It
and
looked
I'm
like
like,
it was awesome.
it was a packed
That's why I was
house.
wondering if you were there or not.
I wish, cause like I know, Buddy had a match with good old Draven Morrow of the Modern Day Monsters, and I'm like, this is gonna be cool, man.
Yeah.
This is for the boys, right? This is gonna be a lot of fun. But then like. One of the other like home promotions for me that I do a lot for, All Pro Wrestling out in like Marietta and all that on like the east side of the state. They had a benefit show last night for the Palestine High School for like the cheerleading, I think.
Okay.
And it was like pretty decently packed from at least the images that I could see from there. And then like where I was at last night, there was like 60 or 70 people in Mount Pine that showed up for the show, which is like a decent number because Mount Pine has a population of nobody. And
I'm sitting here going, where's Mountain Pine?
It's literally like 5-10 minutes from like Hot Springs.
Oh, okay.
It's like you start to kind of hear the banjos, but not fully, right? So it's like
crickets, a little bit of banjos, some bullfrogs.
Hey, they've got $2 generals.
Oh, shit.
They're booming right now.
That's how you know how close to the city you are versus the amount of country you are is how many dollar generals you have before you hit the city. And we have like 5 within a 2-mile radius, so you were close.
It was 2. It was like 2 in like a mile radius. So
they're all
like,
so fucking good. Dude, it makes no sense. There's one employee in every fucking store, and there's nothing there. Everything's in the carts, in the aisles. Like, they treat those people like fucking absolute shit.
They really do. It did it again.
Dude. You're a fucking assassin, bro. You're so locked in.
We've got. He's slightly moving his hands, and you'd think he'd like pick it up.
I'm just sitting here thinking like, I'm really feeling the groove right now.
Okay, we're gonna have to call this episode "Lights Out."
Dude, I'm for it. Like,
dude, that's fucking. Dude, we're getting a screwdriver after this. We're fucking taking that fucking switch out of there.
Will they let you?
I don't give a fuck. We're paying them, ain't we?
That's fair. I mean, if they don't like it, like, they've got the money.
Brother,
like,
look, the best I can think is there has to be a switch on there. Like, I'm not asking for, what are we at? How long was that? Maybe 10 minutes? It's probably on a 10-minute timer?
Yeah.
If it's a 20-minute timer, okay, like, just less than. Or more minutes than what's selected now.
Yeah, like, there has to be some way to, like, gauge that or change that.
Or... better yet, maybe there's a fucking off switch, and then we can just use the fucking switch because I'm not a degenerate and I know how to turn the lights off when I leave a room. I am a degenerate. I take that back. I'm a giant pile of shit. That's right. Yeah. I wasn't born in a barn. I was just born near a barn. No, I was born in Dallas. That's a total lie, too.
Oh, dude. I mean, there's a lot of barns in Dallas, depending on, like, where you're at.
Not where I was.
Oh, dude. Oh, you were in,
smack dab in the middle of the city.
All right, I'm going to say this right now. I hate Dallas. Let me explain.
Now, all right. We were going to do a bit, but it's real now, no.
No, so it's like, I hate Dallas traffic, dude.
Well, yeah, there's 6 million people there.
Well, yeah, I mean,
of course
that
you
too.
hate it.
But it's like, it's like speed limit, 70.
85, yeah.
Everyone's flying 110.
Yes.
And if you're not going bare minimum 90, you're screwed.
They'll honk at you. They'll damn near hit you. It's crazy.
And on top of that as well, it's like even
Especially
on
the
access roads.
Oh yeah.
Yeah, access roads. Like everyone's trying to get off of the like freeway onto the access roads, and everyone's still trying to fly like 95 down the access roads. And like
and you got to cut 3 lanes too. When you get off there, you got to get over 3 lanes. I mean, it's wild, dude. It's the Wild West for sure.
So
they're fucking crazy.
I think I had a better time driving in Los Angeles than I do Dallas. Yeah, dude.
Come on. That's like, made up, dude.
Cross my heart, man. Like it was like
it's because it's slower. It's less scary.
It's not even necessarily that. Like
I've only driven through LA once, and it was fucking 2 a.m, so I wouldn't know what it's actually like.
So, there's only been a couple of times that like were really rough. So like with LA.
Are you from there?
No, I lived there for like 3 months last year.
Oh, okay. Well,
Yeah,
that's
like
fun.
whenever I was doing like the New Japan stuff.
Hmm?
Yeah. That's why I was gone, like, from, like,
The
because
what stuff?
the New Japan. New
I
Japan
thought
Pro
I
Wrestling.
thought you
dude.
said nudie pants.
No, New Japan
New
Pro
Japan,
Wrestling. Yeah,
okay.
whenever I was doing, like, some of that stuff over that way.
That's awesome.
And,
Were you homeless the whole time?
nah, shout out to my boy Buck Skinner, man. Like,
Oh, he was putting you up? Sweet.
yeah, I lived in a warehouse, dude. It was
love
like, it
that.
was punk rock as, like,
That's
can be.
awesome.
Like, it was as... To give you an idea, this was a lofted warehouse, so it was supposed to be like kind of like one bedroom kind of studio deal, and like the rest was just like a workspace.
Yeah.
That they put 2 other rooms in. The way that I explained it, we lived in a giant elevated blanket fort.
Sure.
So it's like one dude had like the lofted room, which is like the bigger room, and he had like tiki torches, like as like supports, and like the mesh kind of like a Hawaiian sort of barricade where it's like you can't really see through it, but you can kind of see like
Yeah, I get
the
it.
silhouettes,
Yeah.
and then a sheet as like his door. My room was the smallest, and you can tell that it was like a major add-on because I'm on like a rafter sort of deal. Like we were at a construction site and they just like put up the metal like side rafting so they could work.
Yeah.
So I'm on something like this.
A scaffolding?
Yeah, I'm on a scaffolding. And I had
Holy shit, dude.
wooden like
I
fence
think
railing.
I'd rather be homeless, man. That's
No, dude,
fucking-
this was cool. It was awesome.
Just go sleep on the beach, man. That's fucking wild.
I could have probably,
Ugh.
but no. So it was like my door, because like I had sheets as like my blanket or as like my walls.
Yeah.
On top of like the wooden, like guard railing fencing that was like that they had around. My my steps into my room were at like a 95-degree like slope. So I'm like having to go up this way, and they were not like evenly spaced.
Dude.
And my door was a metal like a metal gate
Okay.
with a Guns N' Roses t-shirt
Hell
that
yeah.
was like taped over it so you couldn't see.
Yeah.
It was cool, dude.
Dude.
Like it was, I loved it. And how you get
And you
into
just
Buck's
wrestled the
room.
whole time, I hope. You were just killing it.
I trained a few days a week, and then
Did you go do any stand-up or anything? Like you're in the kind of like one of the meccas.
sadly I didn't. I went to a couple of hardcore shows, like punk hardcore
Okay.
shows.
Yeah.
And that was kind of fun. But no, I would do like training a few days a week, but also at the same time, because it's my first semester of my senior year of college. So I have a bunch of classes, and then on top of that, I'm working from home for the university. So like I'm juggling a bunch of stuff, and I'm having to keep myself in check
Right.
for a few different like time zones,
Sure.
because
Oh,
right
yeah, 'cause
now
we're 2 hours away from
yeah,
them.
it's like right now it's 1:35. It's 11:35 in LA right now. So it's like I would have to keep up with that stuff.
So you're waking up at like super early just to clock
Yeah.
in?
So that too. But also I'd wake
Rough.
up because like there wasn't like a full ceiling. I mean like there was a ceiling to the building, but like my blanket fort, there was a space like this big. Perfect lighting for the sunroof or like the giant like skylight.
Yep.
So 6 o'clock in the morning, straight in my face.
Just beam.
Beam straight in my face. So it's like, all right.
Dude.
And it wasn't like insulated.
We
So-
know, yeah, sheets
so-
aren't very good
Well,
insulation. dude.
I'm just talking about like the warehouse in general.
yeah.
So it's like,
Most aren't.
so we would keep
Good God, dude.
we would keep like the skylight cracked open so like the air could
Some
escape.
breeze, yeah.
But it would get like hot. I'm talking like my first week there, like LA temps were like 104 degrees. And that's a dry heat.
Yeah, yeah.
Which, I mean, dry heat not bad, but like it was...
Yeah, I'll take dry heat all day over what we get.
Dude, for
You
sure.
Swim through the fucking
For
air last
sure.
night. Before it started raining last night, it was so fucking humid. Ugh.
So here's the better parts. So it's like, here's my warehouse, and it was in like right off of the Arts District, in
So you could just
LA.
walk to everything.
It was really cool.
Yeah.
The warehouse right next door. Like if I walked outside, went like 5 feet to the left, the warehouse right next door, they would party like every day of the week, almost. So I'm talking like 2 a.m. rolls around. I hear, and I'm like, good for you guys.
Just
'Cause,
coked
like,
out of their fucking minds.
I mean, probably, dude. Like,
yeah,
so-
we're gonna film this movie.
Well, it wasn't even that. So it was a place that people would like rent out the space because it was a recording studio on like one section. They did like music lessons. So like, if you wanted to learn like guitar or drums,
Sure.
they do stuff like that. A dude lived, it was a lofted thing, so he lived in the back in the lofted area. And then they would rent out like the rest of the space and do like gatherings and get-togethers. They would do like a weekly movie night.
Okay.
So like Thursdays.
You
they'd
said
be, like,
gatherings, and all I could think was just a room full of juggalos. That's all I could think, dude.
So
Just imagine you turn the corner, you're like, fuck.
I mean,
Fuck.
I've
Just
been there.
Fago and fucking
I've been, dude.
face paint everywhere.
That's exactly what it was like because I wrestled for JCW.
TAC's got to do a juggalo night. That'd be so
cool.
fucking funny.
I mean,
dude.
Wait,
Wait, he wrestles for JCW?
yeah. So their first episode of their first taping rather, not the first episode. I wrestled for like Juggalo Championship Wrestling Lunacy whenever they started doing the taping.
Is it still Juggalo Championship Wrestling?
No, it's Ship.
Oh.
So I did a couple matches, and it was a wild time too.
Of
Because like
course.
I was a tag along. I was just kind of just
Anything with the juggalos is a wild
I
time.
was young boying it with a mentor of mine, Congo Kong. He used to wrestle for TNA. He's like one of the longest JCW wrestlers. So like love Congo to death, like really good dude. And I was doing a little loop up there, and I get up there and he goes, "Yeah, we're going to JCW tomorrow in Columbus, Ohio." Oh, I thought we were doing this show, and this place is like, well, we were, but I'm like, all right, man, like I'm cool with this. So I show up, like I'm just helping like get some stuff, and it was a weird string of events, and it was really cool. Because I went from not doing anything to getting essentially put on commentary to getting put as like a background, just like little extra, to wrestling 2 matches where I died in both of them, and it was cool.
Nice. Show me your dying face. You got it.
It wasn't even that. It was so they started the show. This place is packed because we're like right off of the Ohio State campus.
Okay, sweet.
So we're at like this music hall venue. 2 stories packed
Damn,
of people.
that's wicked.
And yeah, clowns, man. Anyways, so but no, so like Violent J, really cool dude. This
He
was
is.
like, yeah,
I've
he's
met
a
him
fun
both.
guy.
Yeah,
Really?
yeah, oh, yeah. I
So-
worked with him one time, and I was like, I was kind of worried, you know. It's like, and then they show up, and I'm like, fuck, dude, this is gonna probably suck. I bet. It was one of the best fucking times I've ever
Yeah,
had.
like Jay, like I didn't get to meet Shaggy because it was the start of the Shaggy 2 Dope tour that he ended up doing.
So just
that-
just Violent J.
Yeah, it's just Violent J. So Shaggy was in Fort Smith that night doing Fayetteville or Fort Smith doing his like solo show, and I didn't expect Violent J to sound like Macho Man.
Yeah.
He really does. He was like, so
Yeah.
do you go to the gym?
Uh-huh.
Like straight up, that's the thing
Know what
that
I'm
he has. Yeah, like cool dude.
Yeah.
But
They are very friendly.
first show happens, and this is like
He
a 4
talks
or
like he
5
has lockjaw.
He kind of does
Yeah.
though.
His teeth are always so close together. It's kind of wild. I'm not making fun of
Like-
the guy. It's just kind of what it
I
is.
was just gonna say, I wonder why.
Oh yeah. Well, maybe he might be right.
But no, like he's such a like sweet
he
guy.
is though. They are. They're both
From
fucking cool, dude.
what I've heard, other people that are around them a lot. I was only around them for like a few hours,
Right.
and we cracked jokes, made each other laugh, and then yeah. So how I got accidentally thrown on the show, a dude gets fired after the first episode.
Nice.
And I was there and I was told, so, do you have your gear? And I'm like, yeah, it's like over here.
My gear. And then you pull all your clothes off, and it's just underneath everything you've been wearing the whole time, right? Like
No,
a
that would've
superhero.
sucked, man.
You fucking
So-
fit it out.
So my first match, it was a squash match, and this is the one that you can actually see on Lunacy. The second match you see in a highlight with the Shaggy 2-Dope breakdown, and they're talking about the Redwood Giants. You'll see me getting double choke slammed for the Redwood Giants. So I fell like 10 feet in the air, dude. Like it was
Fuck.
cool because both of those guys are tall, right?
Oh right, so they take you all the way up.
Yeah. So
Shit.
I'm 6 foot tall. They were towering over me, and then
6'8" probably.
yeah. So from that, they had their arms fully extended up.
Fuck yeah, that's like 9 or 10 feet, dude.
Yeah,
That's
dude, and
fucking
I'm-
scary. I mean, because I stand up and touch the wall. That's 8 feet.
Yeah,
Dang, bro.
it was cool. It was so much fun. Um,
like terminal velocity into the fucking mat.
so the first match, it was me and Congo, and I
Like tag team, or y'all were fighting each other?
going against each other.
Okay.
It was a quick little squash match, as it should have been, because little Mormon boy versus a monster.
Right.
Something
Is that what
happens.
squash match means? It's
Yeah.
just quick and easy.
Quick and
Clearly
easy.
out.
Yeah,
One's way better than the other. Okay.
for sure. So like, what happened? Like, I'm just being a chicken a little bit, just kind of
Sure.
like trying to. I go to swing my offering plate. He punches it out of my hands. This is like perfect, like camera shot where I'm just looking at my hands and just look back up him, and I eat a headbutt. And then I get headbutted in the mouth because like just a little timing up, but like this was like huge. I've got some pictures of it. It was gnarly. But
guys are
like
crazy.
apparently, like to this day, Violent J will tell him, "Man, that was a really good headbutt." So, and then from that, like I had a little tag match with a guy named Caleb Connolly. It was a quick little whatever against the Redwood Giants, where I died, as I should have. And then I had a show the next night in another part of Ohio.
I don't know how y'all do that shit, dude.
Spite.
Smite. I fucking hate myself.
Yeah, kind of, yeah.
Pain makes me know I'm alive.
No, so it was it was a time. But it was such a fun experience. But yeah, dude, so many juggalos in one spot was like,
Oh,
wild.
dude, it's wild.
It was like a cool time, but it was
And
just
you'll see
wild.
so much crazy shit.
It was weird seeing like kids in the audience.
Oh, yeah.
And just getting like flipped off by like a child. It's like, this is cool. All right.
Yeah, they get it, dude. Yeah, they get it.
I've got because you ended up saying like a little Violent J story. I've got a little Violent J story because he got a few of us around, and he was trying to like find some people to do some like it was the commentator bit, and I just took one of my anxiety pills that I just got like prescribed. I don't know what it is, but it's one of those things like you take it, things are slow for like
What the
a minute.
fuck?
Yeah, 'cause,
Really?
like it lowers your heart rate. Because, like, anxiety is, like, a
Oh.
spike of, like...
I don't like that.
So, it was, like... things were a little, like, slow for, like, 30 minutes, right? So, he's asking some questions, and I'm like, you know, I can do commentary. You know, this is, like, what I do because I'm in college for communication. I'm the captain of the debate team. Like I like do all this stuff, and yes, like he was asking people, yeah. So how long have you been a fan of wrestling? And like it's one of those slow moments, and I'm like, I don't know, since I was probably about 5. That took you a little while to answer. Are you sure you've been a fan for that long? And I'm like, yeah. All right, so anyways, like I ended up getting the thing, but he looks at like one guy and he just grabs his bicep and squeezes and he goes, "So do you go to the gym?" He's like, "Yeah, I work out." Then he looks at me without saying a word, feels my pec, squeezes, and nods. Right? He's just like, yeah. I'm like, all right, this is cool. I got felt up by Vomit J today. This is awesome, man. Like,
Solid.
and then like right after this,
Didn't get felt up by him, no.
so like right after this, right? It's one of those like there's some changes because they ended up getting another commentator dude because there's another dude that was closer, and I'm like, that's fine. He comes up to me, he goes, "So we're gonna have you as one of the beatdown crew," and that's like the extra that I was talking about. You're just gonna come out when someone breaks the rules, and you're gonna beat them down. And I'm like, okay. But it's not going to stop there. At the end of the show, we're going to take down your pants, take a cucumber up, stuff it straight up your butt. How does that sound? I'm like, yeah, whatever, man. He's like, but that's not it. You're going to come back tomorrow, come to the center of the ring, plop it down, and see if it started to pickle. I'm like, hold up, man. You're going to have to pay me extra. That's starting to sound like a custom, man. And he's like, get out of here. And he like pushes me in the chest. And I'm like, because I'm making him laugh. And like, it was a fun time. It was cool. I'm like, I love wrestling, dude. This is awesome.
It is pretty wild, dude. I don't even get that much like in it, just these interactions with you guys on the pod, but that's what a fascinating world.
Well, it's like,
if you could just do that every day, like that's the dream, I know, I'm sure, but
oh yeah,
minus the later in life probably mental disabilities.
Oh yeah, I mean, just don't tell my doctor. Like I think it'll be fine.
Dude, we're all gonna get that shit.
Well,
all the headbanging,
for sure, dude. Like, I mean, you also kind of see some of the weird stuff in music too, like some of the fun interactions there in music.
Oh,
I don't know,
I've had the greatest times. Man, I've worked so many shows and had so many, and I get so many weird stories, because no one's who you think they're going to be.
Oh, for
sure. So it's always like you have this expectation going in, and they either meet or exceed it, or worse, it's like the worst, and then you have probably even more stories. It's never like some incredibly average person that you're talking about. It's like, this motherfucker you'll never believe.
It genuinely, because like I know a couple other people that have been like kind of really heavy in the Central Arkansas music scene, doing stuff at like the Hall or
Sure.
and like whatever, just like background stuff, not not anything like up front and whatever. And you just make some of those connections, and you're like, yeah, like here's just an interesting story, right? I'm like, no way. It's at it again.
I've been moving.
I think it just hates you, dude. Like,
no, it's that thing, dude. It's not any.
Oh no, for sure.
It's
do it.
We gotta call this episode Blackout, dude. We have to.
It gotta.
We have to call it.
Gotta.
Because I've got a couple already.
Really?
I've got Church of the Latter-day Suplexes.
Damn it!
That's so good.
What it is, dude.
Oh man.
I've got Living in a Blanket 4.
Fuck.
It's Violent J Macho Man.
Dude, we got to all this. Because he hates Dallas traffic.
I did.
That's just someone to point that out. Like, we have been on a fucking tear. And I'm just like, dude, where is this going?
So I do hate Dallas traffic, man. Like LA traffic. Well, it's like one thing leads to another. Like, you know how conversation kind of goes.
I do.
And
it's just funny that that's where this started. It's
Yeah,
just,
Dallas traffic sucks.
because we got to LA, because I was like, you like LA better? And then we go in that and we're talking
Yeah.
and then you say something and I'm like, wouldn't it be funny if there were juggalos in that building? And then all of a sudden it's like, we both have Violent J stories. Let's go. Fuck, dude.
So I've got another, like, it's not technically my Violent J story. There's, like, while I was out in LA, there's a wrestler and, like, metal musician, Mecha Wolf. He does a band.
Wolf.
He does the vocals for a band called Monster Wolf.
Monster Wolf.
And they, whenever, like, not the last JCW show that was in Little Rock, but the one before that, and they were doing, like, the, like, Train of Terror is the ICP tour that was doing some of the wrestling at the same time.
Yeah.
So, Mecha Wolf was on that, and so was, like, Monster Wolf. So, dude would, like, perform, like, do a set and have to wrestle, or, like, vice versa. And I'm like, dude, that's wild. That's gnarly.
Rough, bro.
But, like...
Thank God for adrenaline.
But, like, that dude ended up, like, right before that tour, the start of that tour, Violent J and, like, Monster Wolf ended up, like, releasing a song together called Welcome to the Dark Carnival.
Nice.
Or the Dark Carnival or something like that.
Uh-huh.
And it was a lot of fun. But he was like, yeah, man, like, Violent J is, like, really pushing this song. He's just out of nowhere, like, hey, you want to do, like, a collab together, man? I'm like,
That'd be cool. Dude.
that's awesome.
That'd be so sick. Never got to do a collab with nobody.
Like,
I'm not good enough. I'm not good enough.
Maybe one day.
Nah, it doesn't matter. I don't care. I was just kidding.
Yeah, it was a cool time. Yeah,
Sounds
LA
like it, dude.
LA traffic's a little bit better than Dallas traffic.
God, dude, I think you're probably crazy, bro.
I got stuck on the 405 once, and that's because there's like a huge like wreck that happened. Like, I think it was like with a motorcycle accident, but there was
Jesus.
like choppers and stuff in the sky, and I'm talking like this was towards the end of my time at the LA dojo.
You called it the dojo?
Yeah, because
Nice.
that's what it is.
Oh, okay.
Yeah.
Y'all call them dojos. I didn't know that.
Yeah. So
Oh,
which-
okay. Well, I don't know.
So New
You gotta
Japan,
explain.
New Japan it comes from Japan, right? So
Right,
like,
wrestling over there is like a whole different thing,
it's
right?
it's a sport.
Yeah.
Like to give you an idea,
I've heard, just never witnessed.
yeah, it's not for the weak of mind, weak of will, or weak of heart. Like especially over there, but even here in the U.S., like things are different. But like over there, it's wild and crazy. But yeah, since it's a sport, and
Right.
it's a dojo, and we treated because like the LA dojo, it's the same principal philosophies. You don't wear your street shoes inside. You have to take them off at the door.
Yeah.
Change shoes. At the end of like every class, you had to wipe down and clean, like literally everything. So we had that like dojo mindset philosophy. So big bad wreck on the 405.
Oh, yeah.
Halloween. And I think that's really it. Those are like the only 2 days that like traffic to me just sucked.
Yeah.
And then Dallas is like, there's a wreck all the time. Like
Yeah,
anywhere
they're going
that
100 miles an hour,
And
yeah.
it's like where I needed to go, like there's always a wreck or a slow down or, hey, do you want to take this toll road instead? And I'm like, no.
Oh, dude, I only take the toll roads.
There's wrecks on those too.
Yeah, but there's a lot of lanes. Get around them.
I guess
You
that's
get
fair.
across town in like 4 minutes. It was really nice back before people started using them a lot.
Yeah, and
Because used to, you could get on that thing and there was nobody the fuck on that road, and you're just going 85 miles an hour, just cruising. Beautiful. And now it's like any other road.
I don't know if like this still works or not, but you used to be able to get around like paying like the tolls because they started doing the
cameras.
The cameras.
Yeah.
If you just dispute it, going, I wasn't driving,
Right.
they just go over. I don't know if that
Might
still
work.
happens. I don't know if
I
that
don't
still
know.
works.
I still get calls from the.
You said it worked for your mom?
Yeah. She got a bill from the Dallas Transit Authority or whatever.
Yeah.
And I was the one driving. And she was like, "No, I understand that the car's in my name, but it was my son." And they were like, "Oh, okay. So we're sorry. We'll just." And this was like a past due notice. It was like a $60 bill or something.
Oh, dang.
Yeah. She was like, "Well, first of all, I never got the first one.
Well-
Second of all, I wasn't driving." And they were just like, "Okay."
Well, hey, it might still work, guys. So scam the government. So
I mean, they still hit me up for some bullshit when me and Kurt went to Oklahoma, and it's like, I'm never gonna pay it. I don't give a
You're
fuck.
probably getting scam texts because you didn't drive. I did.
I mean that's possible. I know someone that
my
got
car.
like
I thought I drove.
No, that was my car. We took that
No, we took my car to Tulsa.
because I got it in the mail, dude.
Oh, well, yeah, I don't know that.
if it was in the mail, it's
The
more
text,
official.
they don't text. The texts are
Yeah.
all
Yeah,
bullshit.
those are all scams.
Um,
But we took my car. We're talking about the Normandy trip.
No, it wasn't.
It was something else. Those are bullshit.
Anyway,
Oh, yeah.
Half the time those roads
Next
are
time.
fuck.
fuck.
I'll also say that like I mean I can't really say that because I drove through Detroit, and like Detroit traffic wasn't as bad either.
Yeah, that fucking dead city. That's not the same
right.
thing, really.
I mean,
You can get a house there for $1. It's not It's not great. They're not going for.
see, he agrees Dallas is the worst.
He's a fucking baby, dude. You're just scared. Nah, no way. Just gotta know how to do it.
Man, I just like on how this whole talk like is just Dallas road sucking, man. This is cool.
Yeah.
I would rather drive in Chicago than Chicago's at.
I didn't.
I
Drive
would
while
not
was in
rather
Chicago.
drive in Chicago.
You don't
That
drive in
fucking
Chicago.
shit
Like
sucks.
you take public tram, and that's what
Yeah.
you do.
That was the worst I've ever dealt with in my life.
I'm glad I flew to Chicago.
Yeah, I would have much rather did that. I was in a van and a trailer, and it was a
I was gonna say,
fucking
you have to give
nightmare,
yourself
dude.
you were driving a trailer.
Yeah.
Was it band stuff that you're doing?
No, dude. I was working for this print company, and I had to go to like.
Oh,
There's this thing called the Navy Pier there,
Yeah.
and it's like this business shit underneath.
Yeah.
And so I had to like. I know. But there's like this shit underneath and all this parking, and dude, it was a fucking nightmare. And when you go there, you have to go to a different facility.
yeah.
And then they have to okay you go in there, and you have to have a pass, and that took hours just sitting there because they're like, well, there's no one here because it's all union shit.
Yeah.
I was just like, so what?
What
Like,
do
well,
I
you
do?
just gotta wait till someone shows up. I was like, this is so fucking stupid.
They have special underground tunnels for buses. Did you know that?
It was the dumbest fucking thing I've ever fucking had to take part in.
So I was in Chicago. It was a school related thing. I was presenting a presentation for a conference called PCA or Pop Culture Association.
Yeah.
It's a national conference. So I was there for like school related stuff. So we flew to Chicago, stayed on what do they call it? The Magnificent Mile or whatever they call it, like the main strip
Oh,
where
yeah.
it's like all the cool like downtownish type of stuff without going downtown. And while I was there, I was like, I'm so glad I didn't drive this. This sucks.
They have like roads, and then you have to get off and be on another set of roads before you can get off and be in the town, and you got to know all the exits. And
You know what?
I
I
will
may say
say, once you're
Chicago.
in there, it's fantastic, good time. We were on tour and played in Chicago. That was also fucking miserable.
I can
We had to
believe,
move our car like 3 different
I
times.
can believe it. There's no parking in Chicago. Like
No, there was no dude.
the deep dish pizza was cool. I went to the Laugh Factory in Chicago.
Yeah.
That was cool, dude. If you ever get the opportunity, like I recommend go. I almost went to the Laugh Factory in L.A. And it like
Yeah, I'm surprised you didn't, man, because that's where like all the
that's where you get
some
like the
historical
big.
clubs.
That's where
Yeah.
you. While I was there, it'd be like,
The
oh,
Comedy
celebrity
Store.
night.
Yeah.
Celebrity night. $37.
Mhm.
Or no, not even 37. I think it was like $27, $30.
Not bad.
And you'd get like, oh, Adam Sandler.
Killers.
It's like Adam Sandler, David Spade, Chris Robin, and like whatever, all in the same show. And I'm like, this is so cool. But I was getting paid Arkansas minimum wage and LA prices. I was trying to survive.
Just walk in. No, I'm just kidding.
I mean, it could have
Probably doesn't work at a comedy club. A little bit different. I would.
But no, I thought about it. It was one of those things that was on my list, but I'm like, if I do this, I can't go to Target and buy food for a week because there's like no Walmarts in LA.
There's none. Yeah.
Like the entire time, there was like 2 Walmarts that I saw in like all of Los Angeles.
Yeah,
the rest was like
seems like the further west you go, the fewer there are.
There's
sure.
like mainly just like Targets, and
Costco's.
I'm not paying a Costco membership, man.
I'm
For
not
like
either, but I'm
that's
just
so
saying.
expensive, dude. Like
It's not terrible. It's just I don't know.
is-
I have Sam's Club, dude.
it is when you
I have
make
Sam's
$11.
Club. It's good.
Sam's isn't too bad. Like
I like it
I'd use other people's Sam's memberships.
for sure.
That's
Yeah,
how you do
duh.
it. But yeah, like out west, like so I had to shop at like Target, and I'm like, Target's so expensive. I hate this.
It's already like overpriced, and their food sucks.
It
Can we just
does.
say it out loud.
It
Their
does.
food is shit.
Well, also, here's a little like hack for Target for you guys. I don't know if you knew this, but every day of the week they would discount like different parts of the store.
Okay.
So it'd be like clothes is Monday, foods are like Wednesday, electronics is like Thursday.
So you have to
It's
figure out how to game the Target.
Yeah, dude, it's so wild, huh?
What is this, Goodwill?
I guess.
Fuck.
And another big thing, because like I would go, depending if I was driving or had to take the bus, I'd go to 2 separate Targets, right? Because if I was driving, I would go to another one where it was like cheaper. But if I had to take the bus, I would have to go into downtown. So I had to pay like those downtown prices. So it was way more expensive. Like at one store, if I wanted to get like, I don't know, like a box of like cereal or whatever, it's like $3. The other one was like $5.
Right.
And I'm like,
Same way as shopping around here. I mean,
that's fair.
yeah. Just don't go downtown.
I mean, yeah, but it was a longer bus ride, and I wanted to take the shortest amount of time on the bus
Right.
because
Because
LA
crazy
tr-
people.
well, not even that, dude. LA Transit just sucks. Like out of all of the, cause we had people from like New York, and New York Transit is pretty like solid and
Sure.
kind of on time.
Yeah.
The transit that I used in Chicago was like pretty on time. LA, it was like they may be here.
It's way more spread out, though. I don't think it's
Yeah,
not a
little
really good
bit.
comparison.
It's yes and no. There was a lot of times where it'd be like, "Oh, we're gonna like take a detour and not tell you," or "Oh, hey, the bus is supposed to be here at like 12:30, and it showed up 20 minutes early or 20 minutes late." So it's like,
Early sucks. Late's fine, I guess. If you
not
wanna
if you
wait
have to go to
around.
work.
Well, I don't know. Get a car. I don't know.
I was using like Buck's car, dude. He was just, like, he's goated for that one. That
That
was
shit.
cool.
That shit is infinite, though. I will say. When we were driving through there, I was like, my God, it never fucking ends. It's just concrete.
yeah,
20, 30, 40, 50 miles. Your God.
but it was a lot of fun though. Like,
Yeah. Sleeping in a tent. Fucking, or not a tent, a goddamn tree fort or
yeah,
whatever the
dude.
fuck it was. Yeah.
it was a lot of fun. I saw some wild stuff in like LA though.
So, well, yeah.
No, like let me explain, right? I was doing a show for a place called Circle 6, which is like what Vino's is,
Okay.
but on a larger scale. So Circle 6 is really cool. It's done at the Knucklehead, which is like a huge like hardcore punk venue in
I see.
Hollywood, and I was broad daylight, parking the car, broad daylight, next to an apartment complex, and everything is like parallel parking, by the way. So it's not like slots. You have to like parallel park anywhere you're going.
Yeah,
so
yeah.
I'm like trying to get into the spot, and I realize the car in front of me that's parked in this spot in front of this apartment complex, like kids are like walking, right? I just see some dude's getting head in the front seat, and like dude was like melted to the chair, like he was straight melted
Listen,
to
dude,
the
when
chair.
you gotta go, you gotta go.
His
okay?
apartment was inside.
It doesn't matter.
Because like right as soon as I got done parking,
they
right?
couldn't make it up the staircase.
It's like right as soon as and like this is nice apartments too. So like right as soon as I get parked, the chick gets out.
And you're like, me next.
The guy gets out. They get their like beach supplies out of the car, go up, and like this is like maybe a couple minutes after I get done parking, because I'm like, dudes, you'll never believe this, and I'm just like texting on the phone, and like they get out, get their beach supplies, go into this like gated apartment complex, and I'm like, if you live here, you could have waited 5 minutes, like.
Where's the fun in that? Then it's not in the fucking street.
Man, like there were kids out front.
Love
too.
is
That
love,
was like
dude.
But yeah, dude, it was wild just like seeing some stuff like that.
Yeah. You should go to Las Vegas. Have you ever been there?
No, I wanted to.
That's a story-making mecca right there.
I can believe it. Like I know some people that like live in Vegas or like went to Vegas quite a bit, but I didn't really like. I didn't have my own car.
Yeah.
And I didn't want to drive.
It's pretty close to LA. It's like 3 hours or something.
Yeah, but it's not my car, and I didn't want to like take someone else's car out of state. So I went to Palmdale. Like, you ever listen to Afro Man? Like Colt 45, just like the only song that anyone like ever listened to.
Yeah,
so
one
there's
song. Yeah,
yeah.
Or
So
2 songs I think he had.
Yeah. So I went to like Palmdale to do this like show for Monster Wolf, where
Afro Man was there?
No, Afro Man wasn't there.
Okay.
But like he talks about like Palmdale in this song, and like Palmdale's like an hour and a half from LA, and I'm heading to this like venue in Palmdale, and I'm like, oh, Afro Man talked about this place. I remember once from like 20 years ago. So maybe it's like, this place that's happening, right? There's something's like going on. And it was nothing. I saw like maybe one gas station, an apartment complex, this brewery venue that we went to do the show at, and I'm like, man, this place
wrestling
sucks,
and breweries,
dude.
huh?
This was actually like a metal show, so.
Oh, you did. Oh, you were just going.
So Monster Wolf, the way that they do it, it's very like theatrical. So they'll have people like dress up like monsters. So I was doing like costume changes.
I see.
And doing stuff for the show.
That's fun.
But yeah, I'm just like, I feel lied to. I felt like this was gonna be like some bustling, like fun little suburb, and I'm like, no, this is barely even like a residential area. What's going on, man?
So what do you do for work now? You still work at the school?
Yeah, I work for the school. Technically, I'm a tutor, kinda.
Tutor?
Yeah, so I work for like the university's writing center. So I'll like help people write papers or like help them like any step in the writing process.
Mm-hmm.
And that's like what I do. So it's like I review and look over papers and documents or presentations or like genuinely like whatever. And I'll edit it or go, hey, this is how you can do this to make it sound better or look better, or hey, you don't spell good. So, just kind of
Preach.
hit them with stuff like that. Or if, like I've had people go, hey, I just have no idea what to write about. It's like, all right, so what's the topic? This. Okay, well, you could try to attack it from this angle or this angle.
Oh, okay.
I never even thought of
the
that.
angle. I was
Yeah.
like, well, if you already have the subject, start fucking writing.
But yeah, like some people just like can't do it.
I get
They
it.
just don't know.
Yeah.
Um,
That's weird to me.
writer's block, man. Like it happens to all of us, and some people just can't write.
Yeah. Why are you in that class though? That's
Well, it's like people have to take at least like comp 1 and 2 for like most of your like majors. So it's like
okay.
your basics. You have to take like comp 1 at least. And
I guess that makes sense.
And for some people like English and like
So you're gonna keep doing that when you graduate?
no, so it's through a work study program. So once I graduate,
real
I'm
world.
out of a job.
Oh,
Well, I've been
shit.
out in the real world. I like before college, like I did IT for a whole city. Like I worked for City Hall.
Do you have
doing
any
IT.
prospects? I guess that's what I was really asking.
Oh, do I have any prospects? I'm kind of seeing. Like I've applied to a bunch of places.
Yeah.
Some stuff for like Arkansas State Parks, doing like the heritage tourism stuff.
that'd be cool.
For I think it's like for content production, trying to increase tourism or whatever for like state parks. I apparently applied to KARC, like 5 different like sections of KARC news.
Yeah.
And I didn't realize it because like it's not under KARC, it's under like Next Star, and I didn't know that until one of the descriptions said for like KARK this, and I'm like, oh, that's cool, I guess.
I
So
mean-
like I'm like looking at some places, I'm applying to a bunch of places,
Okay.
but it's like stuff like that sucks. Like, well, it's like it's not bad in the ways of like work, I guess, but it's like you know how trying to apply for like jobs and stuff can be. It can be like
Right.
you may
Well,
get
and the
something,
schedule is
you
going to
may
have to be
not.
decent too, right? Because you like to entertain at night.
Yeah, so like everything's like Monday through Friday, and that's not like a big
Okay.
deal. Like that's not a big deal at all. And I'm kind of looking at maybe from some like work from home stuff, so I can do that on the road.
That would be the fucking dream, right? To be
Oh
able to
yeah, for sure.
Be in Wisconsin or some shit, get your day job done, and then go wrestle something. That'd be fucking sick.
That's genuinely kind of like what it is. So I've got a couple of ideas.
Every musician's wet dream.
Yeah. No, genuine, like any entertainer's like wet dream, I guess, because like
If you have to travel, yeah, imagine if you're doing stand-up comedy too. That'd be so perfect. Minus the you have to be up late as shit.
man, that's what the nose beers are for, you know? Like
No,
I'm kidding. Don't do any of those.
dude. Yeah, you should do it, but don't.
No. No, so yeah, it's definitely one of those things of like doing stand up. I've got like
Were you
I've got
doing well?
jokes.
Was your first one? Was your first? What was your first time like?
So my first time doing stand up was
Were you just like naive, going, I could do that?
no, I had some jokes like written
Okay,
out
okay.
and whatever, and I made the host laugh so hard that she was like, "Hey, I want you to be on our stand up pay-per-view and you'll get like $25."
Oh, $25, baby.
Well, I mean, hey man, like
Hey,
not
paid
too
gig's a
bad.
paid gig, bro. $20 is $20.
Yeah. No, like straight up. Like, so I was like, this is cool. I made someone laugh so hard. They're like wanting to put me on a showcase.
Yeah, that's very
like,
cool. That's very cool.
And it also all depends on like the audience. And this is like, I love like open mics, but I hate open mics at the same time.
Because it's all comedians.
Well, because not even necessarily just that. It's, you don't know what the audience is going to be like. Because like I've got one bit, like one joke talking about like TikTok, right? Because it's like a love-hate relationship with TikTok. It's like, oh, it's really cool. It's a lot of people being creative and like you
I
can
love
share
to
like
hate it for sure.
it's like people can like share different outlooks and like their creative passions and whatever. But it's like also every time that I like open the app, I realize something about myself, and that's not okay.
Yeah,
It's like
for sure.
walking into
You know, they say the algorithms know you better than you know you now.
apparently, but it's like
That's creepy as fuck, bro. That's not a good thing.
so like the whole joke, which it's targeted to like a certain like audience group, And if you're right outside of that age
They were
range,
all
like,
over 35 is what you're saying.
it was like, well, no, a couple of people were for like one of the other times that I tried doing this joke. And it still was funny, but like I saw, some people just go, oh, whatever. Because like the whole bit was like, it's a family-friendly kind of app. People are being creative and trying to share stuff. And like I saw that look, it's like, no, that's part of the joke. Because it's like, oh, I get on that app and I realize something about myself. That's like walking into Spider-Man, realizing 5 minutes in, I guess I'm into bondage, and then you leave, right? It's not all right.
Yeah.
It's not okay. And like that's like...
Like I opened Instagram today and I watched a guy chop a deer in half with a motorcycle.
That's
right?
That's wild,
No,
dude.
it sucked because it was a head cam.
What?
Yeah.
That
Instagram is so fucked up. I don't like watching people wrecking motorcycles, but one time I turned it on. You always like the post, section reels, whatever the fuck. And it was just a car pulls out in front of him, and he crashes into the fucking car. What you don't realize is because the helmet fell into the thing, his head was in the helmet. And the woman drove off after the dude hit him and had his head. She was like 80-something years old, dude. And just pulled in front of the guy. So I'm like, oh, cool. So I just watched a guy get decapitated and driven around his decapitated head for like a few miles until they pulled her over. And she didn't even fucking realize it.
So that reminds me...
Like, holy shit, dude. It's not what I need to be seeing, or anyone should be seeing, really.
In the early to mid-2000s, on the internet, wild times. But it's like... Well, it's like...
What was that shit called? Like rotten.com and all those back pages.
Or...
dude, people getting fucking wrecked.
Just people going, hey... Have you gone through the Pain Olympics yet?
Oh, dude, no, yeah.
It's like, and that's what like that reel is. Like the reel that you ended up watching, that is essentially.
And now
like
it's just all day, every day.
Dude, and
Dude.
it's wild.
Pain Olympics is rough, dude.
It is.
Oh, it's so rough. I wish I'd never seen that.
I wish that just was not like
a thing.
Yeah.
And before that, it was like Faces of Death. Did you ever see those? Are you old enough to know what that is?
Yeah.
Okay, that shit sucked too.
It's like all of it, just like.
And those were on VHS tapes. I rented that one time. I can't believe they let me do that. Dude,
rented that?
Times were very different, dude. The 90s were fucking crazy. It really was one of the best times, man. That shit was nutty. They didn't care.
Man, it was... But like that's what people are like seeing on like TikTok and like Instagram Reels or YouTube Shorts or like whatever. And
hey, check us out on YouTube Shorts. I want to plug that real quick. We just started doing them and they're doing good. Dude, JP had one fucking pop off. Yeah.
A wrestler was telling me last night, the guy that I wrestled was like, yeah, I started doing YouTube Shorts and like I've got like 55K on like one of my shorts, which isn't a lot for a short, but I'm dude, that's more than most like.
Dude, yes, it is. Like that. Yes, it is a lot. 100 is a lot. Imagine,
for sure.
Imagine 55,000 people standing in front of you watch you do it. You would be like, "This is the best day of my fucking life."
For sure. It's like, even though it's just like a little like snippet.
Like, okay, yeah,
that's a little exposure of someone going, "Huh, you know what? Maybe I'll do this." Like, I would.
Might not be. And it's not what like famous people get or whatever. But oh well.
It's like I started doing, and I'm bad at it because like I'm not a huge social media guy. Like I'll like scroll through or whatever on occasion, but it's like I'm not a. You gotta be in the ways of entertainment.
Have to be.
And it's like I don't come up with like a lot of content or like something funny. It'll be like in bursts, so it'll be like, oh, this is like a fun little whatever. But it's like on TikTok, right? I would put my vignettes and promos up on TikTok. And like I started doing it with like the YouTube, or not YouTube Shorts. No, I did do one for YouTube Shorts and like Instagram Reels. And it'll be like, oh, this one popped off. And then it's like the next couple, oh, only a couple hundred people.
Yeah.
And it's because the algorithms are like, hey, if you pay us, then we'll like, you see this
there's
big
that
number,
and there's consistency because we've been doing it every day, and I'm telling you,
consistency is a huge key.
We're averaging like 1,000 now. Would you say, Maddie? Like our average is like 1,000, which is
good,
fucking crazy.
So, and that's a huge thing too because like
but some have like 47, right?
Yeah,
but we're testing out times and different things, and
I've taken a few classes involving because like my emphasis in communication is media studies.
Of course, why wouldn't it be? It's everything now.
Absolutely. It's like you can do a lot with communication, like journalism and like
Sure, yeah.
whatever.
That's what I thought
But-
you'd probably be doing.
But like media studies is like the big thing because it's like there's a lot of interesting aspects. Like I wrote a paper talking about how like internet streaming is the new form of journalism.
Yeah.
Like YouTube and Twitch
and
and like all that.
Kick and all that shit.
It's like that's the new form of like journalism because it is. And
podcasting.
one of
that's
the
where it's all
things that
going.
I had to do, absolutely.
Long form, very in detail.
And
People want to have it breaking down for them, not just snippets. Snippets are dying.
and I ended up doing this like study saying, or I did that, and then I think another one was talking about how could someone make a living doing just content creation, and I broke down a bunch of stuff because I used to Twitch stream like pretty consistently, but whenever
Video games?
yeah,
Okay.
like doing like a bunch of games and stuff, and I used to do it like quite consistently, and I made money doing it.
Sick.
Not a lot of money, but like $50 like every
Dude, that's
bid,
amazing.
like, you know, it's like $50, right? And like I had to put a stop to that like whenever I started wrestling because I became homeless when I started wrestling, so that put like a stop on like the
Okay.
the,
That'll
the
do
Twitch
it.
stuff.
It's hard
Yeah.
to have internet and stream games
Yeah.
when you don't have a
So-
home to do it in.
But I ended like I still got it, and like occasionally I'll do it, whatever. But like I did a breakdown of like there's a lot of statistics you have to keep up with if you're wanting to make content creation any lick of a career,
Right.
because it's like how often do you do this? You have to have a consistent schedule because consistency
time.
brings in
It helps
you know,
the algorithm,
views.
man.
Well, not just that.
If the more you do it, the more it pumps it out.
So not just that. Think about it in the
Comments,
ways
engagement.
of comments and engagement, but also think about it in the ways of TV. Especially if you're like doing the live streaming stuff. Think of it in the ways of TV. Every Saturday at 6 p.m., you're going to get a new episode of The Simpsons.
Oh, yeah.
So if,
TGI Friday, boy.
so like
Thank God
everybody
it's Friday,
knows
television.
if you have that consistent like schedule of like uploading or
Absolutely.
like streaming, then people are going to go, I know to tune in at this time every week.
Yep.
Or these couple of times every week to check
Ours
this
is every
out.
Tuesday,
Yeah. So
like clockwork.
so it's consistency on not just day, but the consistency to the hour
Yeah,
can like
absolutely.
play a
Yeah.
huge like difference. And
Dude, the fucking thumbnail matters. It
yeah.
all matters.
So with YouTube, because they changed like the thumbnail stuff so much, because like I back for the YouTube partner program, I was a YouTube partner back in like 2014 when that didn't really like it meant something where you could make money, but it was all AdSense and clicks and like whatever. And it was near impossible to get all that. And since then they've changed and reformed like a bunch of like this is how you can make money getting monetized on YouTube.
They have like 4 different ways now.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Um
It doesn't pay what it used to, but you can get it faster.
because it's like the YouTube Prime or Premium,
Premium.
because it used to be like YouTube Red and then like
Yeah.
the whatever. You've got the premium method. You've got like subscribers and like interaction and engagement, and then you've got
Memberships now.
memberships.
Which is kind of like Twitch type
Yeah.
stuff.
Memberships, and then you've got they still do AdSense,
still
but it's
do
not
AdSense.
not as much because like it used to be like for AdSense it was like click per million.
Yeah, it was pretty good actually. The pay rate was pretty
yeah.
awesome.
So it was one of those like they've got a lot of different outlets now, but that
And you can also set up your own merch and shit on
yeah I
and
saw
have
that.
it at the bottom of your videos too,
saw
which is like
that.
your own storefront. Which
It's kind of cool, but
that's pretty awesome. We've talked
I don't
about it.
know
I
the
don't know
split
how
on
to
it.
do it. I don't know if you need to be monetized first or if it's a feature.
yeah.
I definitely want to figure that out because that seems fucking awesome, dude.
And I wonder what like the breakdown is because like I've got a pro wrestling tees, and it's like you upload and design the shirt, and I don't know on how a lot of people do it or whatever.
I'm sure most of it's print to order. If I had to guess.
It is print to order, but it's like you get the option to do like mugs and hats and whatever.
Yeah.
I don't know how to do any of that. I'm gonna have to like talk to a sales rep because I think it'd be so cool to get a beanie with like my stuff on it. because I'm a dork. Or like a coffee mug. Come on now.
Yeah.
But it's like for the shirts, right? If I set the price, and it'll kind of tell you like, oh, it'll cost you X amount of dollars to print this. So if you set the price at this, you'll make X, and that's what it is. And it's nothing coming out of your pocket. However, you don't get a huge.
They
revenue.
handle shipping and everything. Yeah, it's
Yeah.
But you don't make near as much as you would doing it yourself. But then you have to do all the hard stuff like ship it and all that.
Well, you also have to keep because a lot of my weird stuff like my temporary tattoos, custom stickers, magnets.
You have temp tats?
I do.
That's fantastic.
So it's like I have to.
Next time I see you in a match, I got to try to remember that.
See, I've got them downstairs, dude. Like, yeah,
you
like
just keep everything.
I just keep that thing on me.
Yeah,
because
dude's got a minivan, bro. You got to keep that shit on you.
I mean, like,
put your whole life in that fucking thing.
Pretty much. I've been looking at trying to get like a bigger vehicle and doing like the conversion to do like the kind of
like a full size 3500 van or something.
Yeah, something like that, or just kind of get it into like the not mobile home. What do they call those?
Winnebago or something, or RV.
Well, you'll see people like do the living on the road, but they've got like a minivan or like a
Sprinter. A lot of them do it in Sprinter.
Yeah,
vans,
and they'll just like do the full conversion where it's like we're gonna put in a
house.
bed and like a little stove oven and like whatever, and maybe doing something like that. So I just got that stuff on me, and I don't have to pay for a hotel room or whatever.
I would love to have but I think of it in like if I'm living in it, awesome. But if I'm having to pay for my house and drive that around, because the gas mileage, once you add all that weight in that car, is going to be just shit.
I mean, I'm already in a minivan, dude, so it's already like it is.
Well, you're not homeless right now, are you?
No.
Okay.
No. So like,
not trying to put you on Front Street. I'm sorry.
You're good.
That was
I've got an apartment on campus, and I'm in the process of moving.
Okay.
So that's because when I graduate, I don't know exactly when they're gonna want me out, because technically my lease is until like not January, but June.
June.
So, but I know the housing sucks for the university that I'm in. So I'm like, I just want to make sure I get my stuff out and they don't throw a fit and whatever. Right. Like I'm in the process of moving stuff like to my mom's, and just kind of going from there. Most of it's gonna probably stay in boxes because it's like because like a lot of the places that I've applied to, it's like a place in like Hot Springs or
so you think
here in K-Arc, so
where it closer.
Yeah, or it could be one of those things too, because like I'm looking at some other places like out of
Mexico
state
or some shit. Yeah.
Where it's like, because there's a book publication company that I'm like, I think it'd be cool to work for, but they're out of like North Carolina.
Is it a bigger one?
It's not necessarily bigger. It's called what is it called? I'm blanking.
He totally remembers it.
Eventually, I'll remember. Yeah. Eventually, I will
hire
remember.
this man.
It's like McDonald, or no, what is it? I don't remember. I'll figure it out later.
It's fine.
But it's this like they do kind of college like books, but not really. So it's like some weird stuff. So it's like I have a book. I picked up a couple books by them. Like one is like The Philosophy of Skateboarding.
Okay.
So it's like stuff like that. Or I think this one was them, but it was this one wasn't them. This was another place, but it's another university's type of publishing type deal. But it's called Hear, Cut, Kill, Experiencing Friday the 13th. And it's just discussing and like breaking down like the movie Friday the 13th.
You're into some weird ass books.
I've got like a bunch of books on like a lot of stuff. Well, and, like this is just wild and weird. And I think it'll be cool.
Mm-hmm.
I mean, I've picked up what was the punk book that I ended up picking up, because it was talking about like the history of punk.
Yeah.
So it's
there's
like,
a bunch of those.
Yeah, but like it's semi like educational, but not really. They don't have to be like, this is a scientific paper on this. It's like, here's some weird pop culture, like whatever.
Do you read a lot?
Not as much as I used to, because I'm on the road a lot, or potential
Like
brain
audio
damage.
books?
Yeah, I do a lot of audiobooks
Yeah.
because I'm on the road a lot, and
I feel like that's close to the same.
no, it really is. I genuinely think so because you're consuming the information.
Sure.
But no, whenever I used to work for the city, right, I took care of a cemetery. So
What?
yeah, this was before I did like the IT work. I would like mow and weed eat like the cemetery and take
Daytime
care
work.
like daytime. Well, this is before I was a wrestler. Yeah, but it was daytime work.
But daytime. Okay. If it
Um,
was nighttime work, we might have to.
and it was like a 60-acre cemetery. So
Damn.
I would go through like an audiobook
60
a day.
acres.
Yeah.
That's a lot. That's a big ass cemetery.
Yeah,
dude.
yeah. So
Holy
I was a groundskeeper for this, and I would go through like an audiobook a day.
That'd be a good wrestling guy, like groundskeeper. You just carry a
The-
shovel around.
The real Undertaker, man. Like,
Yeah.
but no, yeah. So it was one of those like I would go through an audiobook a day, or a podcast, like
I'll
few
go through
podcasts.
fucking
Like I
7
would
podcasts a day.
I would go through
working.
like so many like podcast episodes. I would
But you
do-
run out,
Yeah.
so you need other shit. Yeah.
So it'd be like a combo of
Supplemental.
music. It'd be music, audiobook, podcast.
Uh-huh.
And at the time I was on like a huge like last podcast on the left kick.
Okay.
So I was like I started from like the first episode you can listen to on Spotify.
What do they only go like 100 back now? It's kind of shit.
Really?
You can't listen to everything anymore. Yeah.
Yeah, I started like it was like episode 15 because they didn't have like the first like 15. And I was like,
Sure.
this is weird. Which those are like episodes you can't find anywhere, not even on YouTube.
This is the only place you can find all of these episodes is on YouTube because
Man,
they
that's
limit
so
it
cool.
now.
Like,
yeah.
that's cool.
Even before we did cameras and shit, because before it was just audio. I would still
Yeah.
just upload the audio because I was like, I mean, it might not get much traction, but
Yeah.
it's there. And it's the one place guaranteed probably going to last forever. If I had to guess, Spotify or YouTube's going to be around longer than all of them.
I mean, YouTube's been around since 2004, 5.
One?
So, 5.
5? Okay.
So it's like it's kind of revolutionized the game in like a weird because like it was
It's everything. man.
the starting point of what we know of like,
We just didn't know what it was back then.
Yeah.
It was just this weird little spot where these nerds would upload these. And it was like people would want to
Yeah.
do skits. It was.
I
not what it
remember
is
watching
now.
a lot of like in 2007 like I watched a lot of like the YouTube skits and stuff like that. So it's like Uma the dude that would just like he did like the lip sync whatever.
The Unforgivable was one of my favorites.
Oh, yeah?
That's like the original viral video. But it looked like an old television too. Remember
Yeah.
the layout was like an old TV?
Mhm.
God, dude.
I miss the old internet just
So
sometimes.
different. Even the original icon for YouTube
It's
on the iPhone was
drastically different.
was a television.
Yeah, I remember.
I almost said television. It was a television.
But yeah, I started from like the beginning of like last podcast on the left and was like going forward. I decided to pick up like an Audible subscription because I was going through audiobooks so much.
Yeah.
So it's like
Try to hunt down the free ones, yeah.
Like get the free credits and like whatever is like locked into the Audible subscription, and then just going like, you know what? I can spend $5 for like this other book.
Dude,
It's
I
not a
mean-
big deal.
I mean, I spend so much money on shit I fucking hate. I'm like, you got to do something for you too, right?
Yeah.
If it's $5, it's just $5, dude.
I mean, I was telling
Just don't
myself
go to the
like,
gas station that day. You know?
Yeah. I mean, I was telling myself that like the other night because I just started watching X-Men '97. And I was
pretty
like, this
good.
is bringing back some nostalgic childhood like wonder.
Yeah.
I'm gonna go get like an ice cream from Dairy Queen,
There you go.
and I'm like, you know what? This is cool.
Fucking hit it.
It's like it's a. Have you ever seen the image of like Oscar the Grouch where he sees a butterfly and goes, "Everybody, shut up! I'm experiencing childlike wonder." And I'm like, this is. I get it, man. This is
Yeah.
what this is like.
Oh man, I love things like that. Things that take you back. You're just like, I guess I want to just live in this for a minute.
It's like I straight up
Yeah.
like it was nice.
Like put the phone down. Don't think about the bills and shit. Just enjoy that fucking ice cream, dude.
Just enjoy the ice cream. Enjoy like
Think about
the
X-Men.
X-Men cartoon. Is
Uh-huh.
like, this is cool. And then it got sad really quick.
Sure.
But it was cool.
You're like, that's about the time my dad was beating me.
No, I'm talking about like
No, I'm
because I
just
just
kidding.
like I had because Will and I picked up watching a couple episodes last night after the show.
Yeah.
And we ended up watching like an episode titled "Remember Me,"
Yeah.
and I'm like, oh, everything's been like really cool. It's like, oh, maybe this is gonna be like because they just got like sent Cable to the future as a baby
Oh, right.
to like get like healed from his techno virus.
Right.
And it's like, oh, remembering being a father. And then, oh, remembering the Holocaust. Then, oh, remember just like the whatever bad thing that happened. And it's like, this? And then it's like, remember the genocide of Genosha where all of the like mutants died? Pepperidge Farm remembers.
Yeah.
And I'm like, who is that? Why?
Because they got to make you feel stuff. That's why.
They did. That's what it was.
They got to keep you hooked these days, bro. Because everyone's doing two forms of watching television. You got the shit on the TV and
Yeah.
the shit on your phone.
Man,
We're
which,
also entertained.
you know, a little bit of everything all the time, man. Like,
I
it's
guess.
just-
I'm trying to get away from it real bad.
I try. Like, I go through phases. Like, I won't touch TikTok or, like, YouTube Reels or Facebook Reels or whatever for, like, a hot minute because I don't like doing a lot of the social media stuff, but I've caught myself where it's like, oh, I'm bored, and it's like I'm just doom scrolling through.
That's what happens. You see one stupid thing that catches your eye, and then before you know it, 30 minutes have gone by, and you're like, fuck!
Pretty much.
Been here for 30 minutes doing nothing.
Pretty much, man.
That's why now I have a thing, like I go home, I play guitar for 1 hour. No matter when, but I have to do it. No phone, no nothing, unless I'm looking up like
Yeah.
tabs or something.
So,
But so many of those are fucking wrong. I don't know if you play guitar or not, but
I do. I've
Lord.
got an electroacoustic Flying V Dean.
Whoa, sweet.
Which is why I've had people like try to buy that off of me. Like I would,
Yeah, that seems
keep
like
it
a
in
rare
the-
one.
nobody ever sees it because it's like it's straight up. It is a Flying V Dean. It's an electroacoustic, and I was at Walmart getting like air in my tire or whatever.
Did you buy that new or?
It was a gift. It was a
Okay.
gift new. It's definitely seen some damage because I've had it for probably like 10 or so years
It's the
now.
only guitar you've ever owned?
No, I've got a Washburn. I had a First Act.
Hell yeah.
Honestly, First Acts aren't too bad.
They're really not. They have a higher end
Yeah.
line too.
And they've got, I'm trying to remember who it is, which guitarist has the, it did it again. Yeah.
I swear to God. Today, that fucking shit ends today, bro. We gotta get that fast. Fucking,
Yeah.
that is like making me almost aggravated at this point. It's
I'm
bullshit.
just not understanding how the fucking sensor works anymore.
Yeah, because, like, you walked past it. Like, you've been in here for, like, 5 minutes, maybe? Like, dude, that's...
Yeah, we gotta. Do you have a fucking down in your chest of Mary Poppins van? Do you have a screwdriver in that motherfucker?
Yeah, I think.
Good. I'm taking it the fuck apart today.
So, but no, so it's like, I used to, like, or what I was saying with the First Act, I'm trying to remember which guitarist it is that has a signature line through First Act.
Kiss. It's the dude from Kiss.
Is it? Because
Yeah,
I know
he
there
has
was
one for
someone
sure.
else, and I cannot remember who it is off the
There's
top
a
of my
few,
head.
dude. They're not.
Yeah.
They have like their extremely like bought it at Walmart
Yeah.
dime store style
Yeah.
guitars, but they have a very good line of
Yeah.
like high end models that are not shit at all.
So to give you like an idea, because like my godfather has, I think now 40 guitars,
Damn.
and I'm talking about like we're talking like BC Rich Zombie.
Okay.
So like you can't even find those anymore, like the zombie model that he has.
yeah.
I'm blanking. The Jiva. It's Nita Strauss's signature guitar for.
I've never heard of that.
It's, huh? No, Nita. She was Alice Cooper's guitarist. She was the guitarist in Iron Maiden's, the female cover band for Iron Maiden. She was Alice Cooper's guitarist for like a hot minute. and
Sick.
still is. And then she does solo stuff. She's really cool, like really awesome.
I'll have to look that up.
But she's with and I like the guitar too. Ibanez.
Okay, I was about to start just naming them
Yeah,
off.
no,
That makes
she's
sense.
with Ibanez. But yeah, he also like does custom guitars and like
40
makes
so
custom.
many.
Yeah, like, and he finds like some of them he gets like for really good deals, and some of them he's made.
Sure. He makes his own guitars.
Yeah,
Okay.
like some of them he's made.
God, I would love to do that.
You can get some prefab kits.
Yeah.
And
I don't
then
wanna,
just put
I want
the
to do it
gear
from
in.
scratch, man.
His uncle
Like a
has,
block of fucking wood and go.
So his uncle did that, and he had like an oak custom guitar. Like he carved it out of oak, and like made it, and
That's
it is
badass.
a thick, heavy guitar. I'm
So
talking
say
like
oak.
it's like Zach Wilde with the logging chain type of heavy. And
Yeah.
that's not even the type of music this dude listened to.
But oak
Like,
just seems
yeah.
like the heaviest wood you could imagine to put in a
Oh,
guitar.
for
I don't know that
sure.
I'd want an oak guitar.
Oh, for sure.
Also, really dense. Like, yeah, that's not. No, I'm good.
Yeah, I'm fine. But yeah, like what I've got, it's I've got a Dean bass, my
Okay.
Washburn guitar, which I love my Washburn, and then
The acoustic electric.
the acoustic electric Dean, and then I've got essentially like access to any
So how
of
long
those.
have you been playing though?
On and off since like I was like a little kid. Like,
Oh shit.
and I've kind of do stuff all on my own, so I was never like taught or whatever. Like I was shown some things or whatever,
Yeah, I'm
but
the
I'll
same
just
way.
I'll just like I'd piddle around, right?
Right.
I
get that.
to something funny I ended up doing. My godfather hated me for it because he's like, how? Because like every time he sees me, I'll be like, yeah, I'm like trying to do this thing, and then I do the thing, and he's like, what do you mean? You just did it. What do you? I
What?
hate
Because you learned it on your own?
Well, it's because like I'm like, man, I'm trying to like get
Trying to
this like I'm trying to like play this, and I can't seem to like get it, or it's like I'm trying to sweep pick, and I'm not being able to get it, and then I'm just doing it flawlessly as I'm talking to him, saying that I can't do it, and he's like, I hate you so much.
Yeah,
But no, one day like we were hanging out, just like playing some music, and I was playing the song "Them" by King Diamond. Like I was learning that, and I was playing it because like if you've never listened to King Diamond, I'm sure you have. Like King's like one of the best.
Yeah.
And like "Them" is a very beautiful song and like very like well put together. And I was like, wait a second, this is "Stairway to Heaven," and I converted "Them" from King Diamond into "Stairway to Heaven." I've never played "Stairway to Heaven" a day in my life, and I'm like, wait, if I move this here, I just arranged this song back into "Stairway,"
Nice.
and he was like, "I hate you so much.
Yeah.
Why would you ever do that to me?" And yeah, so I just kind of like piddle and just play. I also do drums. I played like percussion.
Damn, okay. And you're in no bands.
So it's like I used to be, or tried, and it was one of those. People would go, "Hey man, I want to play music. I want to like try to do stuff," and it was a lack of dedication.
Mm-hmm.
Or one guy, he goes, "Hey man, I want to like try to be in a band with you." I'm like, "How about we jam and see how this goes to make sure like our like creative like juices just kind of click?"
Yeah.
And he's like, all right. He shows up. He brings his guitar, and the entire time he wants to do is just play on my drums. And I'm like, no. He's like, yeah, so you're going to be the guitarist in my band. I was like, no, you asked me to be the drummer in this.
Right.
Get out of my
God,
house.
dude, going and fucking doing that so like, I couldn't imagine
It's
having
so
to do that.
scummy, dude. Like, if you're talking to a guy and you're like, hey, man, I want to
Playing music with people you don't know. I did
And I
it a
knew
few
him.
times in the early days, and I was just like, it was so weird, off-putting.
So here's the thing. I knew him.
like, there's no chemistry here.
It's like I knew this guy. He was in a lot of like startup bands, but he was always like phased out because he sucks. He's the type.
There's a few of them floating around for sure.
He was like okay, but he would never get better. He would always want to play other people's instruments.
Weird.
Or go, hey man, I had to pawn my guitar. Can I play yours?
No, I'm good. You gonna pawn it?
And I'm like, dude, I'm good.
Yeah.
I had someone once. These were like I was in high school, and it was some kids younger than me. They tried like being in a band with me. They're like, hey, can we be in a band? I'm like, we can jam and try to see like where things go to see if it would work. Where are we gonna jam at? It's like, well, like here's a couple options or whatever.
You got a jam space at your house?
At the time, kind of, but now no. Not for like my drums or whatever, but
yeah, nobody's. Yeah.
But like at the time, yeah, like I had a storage, like a lofted storage unit type deal, like one of those like prefab storage buildings that I had my drums like all 18 pieces set up because it was 2 kits that I just like pushed together. And
what the fuck?
It was cool. I had the biggest set in Arkansas for a hot minute. Now it's all deconstructed.
Fucking piece drum set.
And like everything, so I'm talking like I had 2 floor toms, 2 snares, like one was purposefully muted for an aesthetic.
Different shit.
So it's like
good
I had some
Lord.
like it was cool. Some people were overwhelmed. I was like, I've got creative freedom to do whatever I want.
See, I'm the opposite. I'm like, it's too much. I don't even know where to fucking start. I get 3 drums and I'm like, cool, I can play 10,000 songs with these 3 drums.
No, for sure. But it's like if I wanted to do something a little bit different, it's like just turn my chair over a little bit. Here we go.
No, I
it's
get
like,
it.
But like they asked, it's like, we can practice at a bar. No, that's not where you practice, dude. You do shows at like bars. You don't want to like live practice in front of people that are like, even if it's not paying for it, it's like, well, we could practice at a studio.
I swear
you
I've
don't
seen
practice
shows.
at a studio.
Yeah, I swear to God, I've seen shows where bands, it's like they've practiced one time.
Yeah, it's like you don't practice at a studio. You have to pay studio time, and that's not a place to practice. You record at a studio.
They're just young and naive.
And like that's what it was. So, and here's a big thing, and I'm like, this has kind of like stopped me on like doing any sort of music with them. A few years after like I graduated or whatever, the Black Lives Matter protests were like making a big comeback. You know, it was during like
COVID and shit.
Yeah. And I get a text from the person that like right before this goes or no, right after this, because they're like texting me going, hey, I'm really worried about these BLM protests that are coming through town because they're supposed to be
coming through town. Where did you live?
Northeast Arkansas, man.
So like Fayetteville?
No, that's northwest. Like
northwest.
I'm
northeast.
north,
yeah,
so I'm north of Jonesboro.
North of
Jonesboro. Yeah. But they're like doing like the BLM protests, which I wasn't too worried about, but they were like super worried, going like they're gonna riot and like trash and whatever, and I'm like, no, they're not.
Yeah.
I was in the protest. Like, what are you talking about? Like, we did nothing. We marched, did the bit, marched back, did what we needed to do, like called it a like good old day. And shortly after this, they hit me with a message saying, do you want to be in a punk band? Like a non-political punk band? I'm like, dude, I don't think this is gonna work.
Yeah.
Because you sending me that message worried about a protest and you're wanting to like ask me to be in a punk band, like that's so anti-punk of you, man. Like we're like it's a state of mind
Yeah.
and just like philosophy. And I was telling you this like on the way up here, this last conference I was at was discussing punk.
Yeah.
And
in
it was
New
like
Orleans.
Yeah. But it was this this professor who's
Professor of Punk.
I wish, dude, that'd be so cool. But no, like he was talking because it was comparing like the evolution of like punk culture, right? And what punk means to like the modern audience and how it like evolved.
Sure.
And he was talking to some like newer punk guys, and it's like, what does like a DIY like the punk scene kind of mean for you? And one of the kids said, one of the most punk things you can do for somebody is be there for them. And I'm just like, yeah, because like punk is a community. It's like a huge thing, like being there together. So just kind of going back years prior to this and someone going, hey, I want to be not in a sense of community with like the minority.
Yeah. I see what you're saying.
And I'm like, that's so anti-punky, you man. Like, you can't do it.
So how long were you down there in New Orleans for, though?
I was only there for like a week.
Damn.
All on the university's dime, baby.
Hell yeah.
Because that was an expensive trip, dude.
Yeah. Eat any good food?
All
the food's good. I don't even know why I said that.
I was at a place, dive bar. It was great. This dude, like the waiter.
It's called Dive Bar?
No.
Oh.
It's called Coop's Place. But the waiter, it was a dive bar. Great food. The waiter sounded like a 15-year-old smoker lesbian.
Hell yeah.
He was from like Buffalo, New York. Like really cool dude. And he goes, I've got 3 rules at my dinner table. First off, no cell phones. What are you doing? You're here to have a good time with your buddy.
It's fucking...
Second rule, no split checks. Third rule, and he pulls out the menu. This is crap. This is alcohol. It's fine. And he flips over the other thing. This, and this sucks. Don't order the pork chop. It's just a freaking pork chop. This is good. This is good. This is good. And we've got this deep fried soft shell crab on angel hair pasta back. I'm like, go on.
In a dive bar, nice.
It was, and I'm talking like it was a whole soft shell crab. Like it was big. They deep fried it, put it on a bed of angel hair pasta, and I'm like,
deep fried.
And it was a good price,
Yeah,
$33.
Yeah.
And I'm like, this is cool, man. It was a cool time. Like, it was,
that sounds wild, dude. I love it.
Or have you had soft shell crab?
Absolutely not. And I don't ever plan to.
You're not a crab guy?
I'm not an anything from the water guy.
Be all right.
Not anything from the water.
So, I get it. I used to not be like a fish dude.
Yeah, no fish, no nothing.
That changed whenever I did some work on season 3 of Young Rock.
Yeah.
So they had catering, and they did salmon. Like they had salmon, and I'm like, well, I didn't really prepare anything else, so I'll just like go and get some of the salmon. It was pretty good. Crab was all right because like I would eat crab at like Red Lobster on occasion on like school trips or whatever because I'm poor. And I've got like a huge stance on like no shrimp and like no crawfish and stuff of that nature because it's bad for your heart, and I don't eat bugs. Bugs aren't my deal, and those are bugs.
I think they're all bugs. All those crustaceans. It's disgusting to me.
But no, it was pretty cool. Like, it was huge. Like,
gross. No, I'm just kidding.
But no, I walked up and down Bourbon.
Yeah, got to do that. Got to go to the French Quarter.
I did go to the French Quarter a little bit. I went to a place called Pirate Alley.
Sick.
I took a bunch of like fun pictures. I typically don't do touristy stuff whenever I'm in like a bunch of places because rule number 1, if you look like a target, if you look like a tourist, you are the target.
Sure.
If you look like you belong.
But just be able to beat their ass. It doesn't matter.
I mean, like 9 times out of 10.
Off.
Like 9 times out of 10, when you look at me, you kind of go, all right, I'm not gonna mess with that guy.
Just be rude.
Yeah, kind of. So it's like, you just have that look of like.
Had that happen a bunch in Las Vegas. There's a lot of that predatory shit.
Well, it's not even just that. Like, if you look like a tourist, not only is like the predatory stuff, you're more than likely going to get mugged.
Oh, I'm not worried about that.
Not a dude of your stature, bro. Like, a lot of people don't want to try to.
I'll also just fucking probably stab you and or shoot you.
Yeah, no, that's fair.
Fuck
That's
you.
fair. But
I
no,
always have a knife on me for sure.
that was me in L.A. Yeah, so I get it.
Just have one on you.
Yeah.
Just put it because they fit right in your pocket. It's amazing.
Actually, that was not me in L.A. because I had to fly to L.A. and they wouldn't allow that on the plane.
Put it in your shoe, dude.
Nah, they'd probably
I
catch
got
that.
pins in my ankle. I don't know what to tell you.
Well, they make you take your shoes off when you're doing the
Socks. Put it in your sock.
That's fair.
And knives are really small now. You can get a nice little baby knife. Dude, if you stab a man in the fucking neck, he's going to fucking stop fucking with you.
But no, I walked down Bourbon Street because why not? And
You got to.
you got to. Like I'm not really a drinker, so like
Yeah,
I just
same.
kind of like took some pictures and like went to like a couple shops. I had food. But man, the amount of like gentlemen's clubs off of like Bourbon,
Yeah.
I'm talking like
Yeah.
right as like you're not even down the road. Like here's the main road, and then the first building
Yeah.
off of Bourbon, it's like Hollywood Hustler, and it's like selling Hustler magazines.
Fuck
And
yeah.
like a little bit later, it's like some other like,
Yeah, I get it.
and I'm like, dude,
What are you going there for? You going there for debauchery.
yeah, but here's the thing.
The
There's
whole
like,
fucking city.
I mean, yeah, but you have like the street performers down Bourbon, right?
Yeah, all the buskers.
Well, some of them are literal children.
Yeah.
Like I'm talking like, you've got like the bucket drummers.
Yeah, I get it.
And it's like, this kid is 7, sitting out front of like Hollywood Hustler. I'm like,
what's he gonna
oh, is
do?
your mom working tonight, bro? Like,
Probably. He's making money too. Listen, they're
Good
poor.
for him. Good
They're
for
going
him.
back home to the bayou. They got to have something.
But no, it was a lot of fun. I did a little bit of walking down like the French Quarter. I was gonna do one of the like touristy. Hey, we're gonna walk you to some of the key locations, and you paid us like $35, and we're gonna tell you a couple of stories.
Did you
And
go to the cemetery out
I
there?
didn't. Sadly, I did not. I wanted to. We went to the big like cathedral where they, cause
Yeah.
like we said, screw it. I'm not paying anyone to tell me stories because I just want to go
Yeah.
take pictures. So I'm just gonna walk and take pictures. But we went to the big cathedral that they filmed some stuff for like Interview with the Vampire at,
Yeah.
and I'm like, click. All right, next spot.
Yeah, yeah. It's less impressive than I thought. How long have we been going, dude? I got to piss like crazy. We're perfect.
Holy moly, man.
There you go. All right, plug all your stuff.
Yeah, so you can like find me at Tyler Fox on Facebook if you want to see like some of the wrestling stuff, or like Elder Fox with 2 X's on Instagram if you want to like go to the Instagram thing, or Tyler Fox Wrestling on TikTok, or same thing I think on YouTube. Pro Wrestling Tees, Tyler Fox, to buy the cool hippie shirt. So like do that if you want, please. I'm poor and broke and about to be out of a job. See me at some local wrestling shows. I'm going to be in Forest City on the 10th, the day after I graduate, so bring me money.
Nice.
It's actually a benefit show for the, what do they call it? The Special Olympics, Arkansas. Yeah, it's the Arkansas Special Olympics team. So it's a benefit show for them. So even if you don't give me money, show up, give them money, because
Nice.
support the community.
Sure.
And that's really about it. Like, if you want to shoot me money, I can give you my Cash App. Just like follow me on, because graduation gifts, man, graduation gifts. But yeah, social medias: Tyler Fox on Facebook, TYLERFOX, Elder Fox on Instagram, ELDERFOXX, and then Tyler Fox Wrestling on YouTube
TikTok.
and TikTok.
There you
So,
go.
hey man, this was cool.
All right. Twitter's CrashCastPod1. Everything else CrashCastPod. TikTok is Crash.cast, which...
I had a podcast.
Okay. Crash... Oh, is it just CrashCast Podcast now? Because it was...
They put stops in between it for some reason.
Why?
That's
Okay,
stupid.
Crash.cast Podcast. Yeah, it's so fucking stupid. I was like... I couldn't find it at first. I'm trying to...
It won't leave with spaces, it puts stops.
So stupid. Yeah, I would.
Just put it all together.
It
Like,
made it really complicated to find, I'll tell you that. The only thing that would pop up is the fan page. that somebody else made. Anyway,
Okay, if he's gonna change it again, it'll be Crashcast Podcast.
Crashcast Podcast. That's what it should be. One word. Yeah, just one long word.
Go on TikTok. Type in.
Yeah, you'll figure it out. All right. Thank you for listening. Peace. It did take forever.